If you're using a regular lease for your midterm rental, you are playing with fire. Midterm rentals have very specific needs, and if your agreement doesn't protect you, guests can overstay, dispute payments, or damage your property without real consequences. In this video, I'll break down key parts of a solid MTR lease agreement you can't afford to miss. And now, Airbnb terms of service will not save you here. Quick note, before I dive in, I'm not an attorney. Nothing in this video is legal advice, and I'm sharing what has worked for us in our business. Always check with your own attorney to make sure your agreement meets your local laws and needs. I'm Jorge Garcia, and I run a corporate housing business built on rock-solid systems, including legally sound midterm rental agreements. If you're tired of the guesswork and you want peace of mind with your guests, this one's for you. First up, the term length. Unlike month-to-month leases or short-term night stays, midterm rentals often fall in the 30 to 180 day range. To spell this out, you need to have a start and end date, whether it's renewable, and how notice must be given if they want to extend. Always put it in writing, because vague agreements invite squatters or last-minute chaos. Also, your MTR is furnished, so protect your stuff. Include a clause about the condition of the furniture, included appliances, and ideally attach an inventory checklist signed at move-in. As a pro tip, you can add photos of high valuable items in the lease as a digital appendix. That way, if something disappears or breaks, also you need to be crystal clear on how much is due, when it's due, how it's paid, and what happens if it's late. For example, if you're invoicing corporate clients or insurance, outline net 15 or net 30 payment terms. For individual guests, I require payments upfront for the whole term or in a monthly schedule with autopay. Also, you need to determine who is responsible for what. Do you offer monthly cleanings, or do they maintain it during their stay? To spell this out, you could actually have mid-stay cleaning policies, expectations on how the unit should be left, whether they need to take out the trash, handle minor issues, etc. Even better if you include your professional cleaning checklist as an exhibit. Up next, I call this one the non-Airbnb clause. No parties, no subletting, no unauthorized guests. Corporate housing stays are longer, so you want to avoid this slow drift. Roommate invites 2 more people territory. For this, you need to set occupancy limits. Require all long-term guests to be listed in the agreement. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later. What happens if something breaks? You need to be able to include security deposit amounts and what it covers, how and when it's refunded, who is responsible for damages or negligence, whether they're required to carry renter's insurance, especially if you have guests that are staying 90 plus days. And don't forget, your lease should have a clause about governing law and jurisdiction. That means if there's a legal dispute, it's handled in your city or state, not wherever the guest decides to move next. Things happen, guests may leave early, or you might need the unit back. Include a termination clause, how early move-outs are handled, what fees apply, what happens if there's an emergency like property damage or city shutdowns. A solid lease is your first line of defense and your peace of mind. Make sure to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what have you had to add to your midterm agreement after learning the hard way?